Hello everybody, Andy here at Funny Little Boxes HQ, just checking in for a beer and a chat with you. Cheers! Oh, hello, how are you? It's lovely to see you again, it's lovely to be back. I know it's a long time. Welcome to episode 1 of series 2 of Beer and a Chat. I bet you didn't even know that series 1 had finished. Because obviously there was never ever going to be any series 1, series 2 or whatever. It's purely that there's been such a long gap since the last one, which was all the way back in August, before even the little box, the Bad Penny exclusive we had in, before even that was released. It's been so long that I figured, fuck it, we'll just say there's been a break in series and we'll call this series 2. The reasons for the break are many and varied and generally boring and unnecessary to go into. What matters is we're here, we're back, and it's fucking great to see you again. I hope you've all got a beer. I've got a beer. I think this is by London Beer Factory. I think it might be called Tia or something. It's a tiramisu pastry stout. It's 9 point something percent. It's fucking delightful. Just lovely. So, whatever beer you're drinking, I hope you've got a beer. I hope you're well, I hope you're happy. So, just going to get straight in really. I've got some exciting pedals on a board. I'm going to go through them and make some sounds and do some talking. So, the very last episode of this that we did, so the end of series 1, I had a Chevtone Messiah V1, which was just a low gain version. So it was the low. So the Chevtone Messiah is basically the best Marshall in a box pedal, despite what that twat on what's his fucking useless blog called, Stompbox Steels. Don't listen to that prick. If you've followed this on Instagram, if you've seen my little rant about this, yeah, ignore that prick. It is the best fucking Marshall in a box pedal you'll get. It's handmade in the UK, and Adam at Chevtone is a fucking wizard with magic in his hands, have no doubt. Anyway, so in the last episode of series 1 of Beer and a Chat, I was looking at the V1 Messiah, which is the low gain Marshall sounds. And since then, I have invested in my own personal V2 Messiah, which has the high gain sounds, and I can't recommend enough that you guys get yourself one of these. If the black and gold tones are what you're after, this is the best of the best that you're going to get. There's loads of sort of big name influencers that have kind of reviewed this, and every single one of them has made this a part of their pedal board. It's that good. You should go and get one for yourself. If I ever get one in the shop, it'll be a B stock item, and it'll be an absolute fucking bargain, and you should snap it up immediately. And the reason I've kind of recapped on that is because it brings us nicely to the fact that on this board is a Chevtone B stock item, which I have in from Adam. This is his Honeyburst Overdrive, which is a Tube Screamer inspired overdrive, but with completely its own thing, its own magic. And for one thing, it's got a germanium clipping mode, which you won't find on your average Tube Screamer. And this thing is just the best overdrive. It's just so good. And, I'm making a fuss over this because, these things normally would retail at £145 new. This is a B stock, which technically means it's got physical blemishes. If you can spot these physical blemishes, then you've got better eyes than I, because I can't spot it. But I've got this in. I'm doing it for £100. Excuse me, I'm burping already. And this thing's just fantastic. So let's kick off with some sounds just from that alone. So here we go. This is our obligatory clean tone. This is also the first Beer and a Chat to feature my new guitar, my D'Angelico Premier Bedford. which is absolutely bloody lovely and gives me the option to have humbucker and single coil sounds. So what I will generally do is flick between, so the next single coil, but this is actually a stacked single coil, but I split it down. So basically I have this in Telecaster mode, and then you can split this bridge single coil, but why would you split a bridge single coil? Why would you want a single coil in the bridge? I don't know, I don't want them. So I've got a humbucker in the bridge. So I will flip between, if you like, Telecaster mode of true single coil in the neck and full-on humbucker in the bridge. So we'll start in Telecaster mode. That's it in Telecaster mode. I'm just going to turn the volume up a little bit on the amp so that you can hear that a bit better. So that's your clean tone. And to crack out this old line again, here's your Chev tone. It's just wonderful. I can get lost in and just play that pedal all day long. It's beautiful. That was it in germanium clipping mode, which is my personal favourite. Which is odd. Normally I much prefer silicone clipping, but the germanium really does it on this for me. And that was, as you probably worked out, flicking between the single coil and I mean, you listen, even in that next single coil, there's still a fair bit of grunt, and that's from that pedal. And that's with the gain on about 2 o'clock. There's a fair bit of gain in that. So, you know, if you were really limited for space on your pedal board, if you had to do a fly gig or whatever, and you needed a really small rig with maybe just the basics of something like one gain pedal, one modulation pedal, delay and reverb or whatever, or even just gain, delay, reverb. You know, this is a great option for just one gain pedal on your board, because you can essentially set it up how you like it with it's sort of the maximum gain you would want, and then if you've got a single coil humbucker guitar, you can just flick between them, you know, having single coil mode as your general tone if you like, and then whack to your humbucker for your solos or riffing or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to tear myself away from the Chev tone, just because I really will just get completely fixated and stuck on it, because I love it, which is why you really need to come and buy it off me, because it's an absolute fucking steal, because otherwise I'll just end up keeping it, and I can't do that. That's not how it works. You need to come and buy it. Right, moving on to another gain pedal from the technical wizards at Fairy Dance Creations. So this is one of two pedals I got in from them, and the first one I've, you know, sold two of them already, the Galaxy Drive Transparent Fuzz, which doesn't surprise me really, because Transparent Fuzz, you know, that's got big buzzwords in its name. It doesn't surprise me those are flying off the shelf. The Just Been that I have here is a bit of an unknown quantity really. I can't really describe it that well, other than it's ridiculously high gain. It's an original distortion circuit. It's decked out like a tin of beans. There's no labels on any of the knobs. I don't know what any of them do. The best thing you can really do with this thing is just play it. It's extreme. We're going to start off in Telecaster mode, and things are going to get pretty gruff. That's in Telecaster one. Let's flick to humbucker. It's super aggressive. It's got that almost octavey, ring moddy thing going on. You know, it kind of sounds like an industrial apocalypse, which I love. But hear the way it really like over fizzes, and it kind of cracks and breaks up, and you know, it almost can't handle your guitar's signal. You know, it's kind of the sound it gets. But I mean, yeah, that how like it's like quite gated and spitty. You know, you're not getting big levels of sustain out of this thing. You can get that. And it's quite unpredictable. The tone seems to change as you go along and play it, and I quite like that. It keeps you on your toes. It's really cool. But I think where it becomes really cool is when you mix it with some quite spacey modulation. So I have got here, and this is new in stock. This will be listed on Sunday for Secondhand Sunday. It'll be going up then. So you guys who've watched this get a heads up for Sunday. It's a Digitech Hardwire stereo phaser. I mean, this thing is the fucking be-all and end-all of all phasers. It's got everything you could want. It's superb. It's in bloody fantastic condition. And it sounds great with this insane gain pedal. So here we go. Let's put a bit of phase in. So that was a bit of experimenting with the ridiculous gain of the Just Been and the phaser. I'll now sort of let you hear the phaser as it is on its own a bit. So this is on 4-stage phaser. I'm going to twist the knob. So this is now on the modern setting. Go to boutique, whatever the boutique setting is. Gonna put it in Telecaster and give it a bit of Chev tone. Flip to 10 stage. I put the Just Been back on again there. Alright, let's flick it to envelope mode. That is really fucking cool. flipping it to dynamic. And then let's go over onto the only one we haven't tried is 2-stage. Alright, so that was the Digitech Hardwire stereo phaser with a bit of the Chevetone Honeyburst, and you also heard a bit of the Just Bean. Right, I've now got another modulation pedal to show you. Right. I'm not going to tell you what this is, other than the fact that it is a UK-made boutique pedal, discontinued last year along with the entire line of these pedals, having been very long running. I think, running from early 2000s, possibly as early as like 2003. So, really early on. And this was from a line of really high quality, UK made boutique effects pedals, which were really had some really fantastic modulation options. This is the tremolo option, although I think it's got, its own thing going on. I don't think it's your average tremolo. And basically the reason I'm not going to tell you what this is, other than it's a UK made tremolo from a discontinued line, is that I'm absolutely gutted that I've only just discovered this line of pedals now that it's been discontinued. Because obviously what I try and do is promote the UK pedal scene, but I have a price limit of £100, which some people don't understand, but I'm not going to go into explain it. I've explained it plenty of times. The fact is, it's there. I want to guarantee affordability for all. Now, these pedals were being made with incredibly good value, and there was some incredibly wacky modulation pedals in there. Now, it is really hard to find UK-made modulation pedals and delay pedals and reverb pedals below the £100 price mark. New or secondhand generally is very hard. So I'm absolutely devastated that these aren't being made anymore and they've been discontinued so recently. Now, the chap who makes them under his own name, so the pedals are made under a company name, and then the chap who makes them, he still does stuff to do with guitars and electronics. And basically, I am trying to convince him to come out of retirement in some form or another, to come on the books for FLB, join the FLB family, and get these brilliant little pedals out there, because I think that you guys, the people who buy the pedals off me, I think, considering some of the stuff that you guys have bought, things like the Magna Cavern Beast delay, that thing's crazy. The Bluff Chill Scissor G2, I mean, that thing was absolutely mental. But you guys love these things. And I want to bring his pedals back because I think you guys will lap them up. And the reason he stopped doing them was because he didn't really see there being any room, any relevance in the pedal market anymore, any room for him. And I think he absolutely has got a space, and I want him back in it. So I'm trying to get him to come out of retirement. So I've picked this item up secondhand. So what I don't want to do is blab on about it and sell it, maybe at a price different from what would, be the new price if we managed to work something. So I don't want to compromise my attempts to get him out of retirement, basically. If he decides he doesn't want to do it, this will go up for sale at a price I deem fit. If he decides he doesn't want to do it, then I'll start selling either back stock, B stock, or brand new items from him. And this one will either sit on my personal pedal board, or I'll do it basically super cheap. So, but I'm going to let you listen to it, because what I really want to know is I want to know your thoughts on it. I want to hear it so that I can feed them back to him and say, come on, these guys are saying this is good. Let's have you. Let's get you out. So, there's the clean tone again. And then what I'm going to do, so there's only 2 knobs on this thing and a switch. So I'm going to start with everything at noon. Put the chef tone on. I think there's some great little sounds in that little box. It's 2 knobs and a switch. But there's a lot of range. There's a lot of stuff packed into there. That's obviously just a little taster of it. But come on, help me get this guy back on board, because that is probably, of his modulation effects, that's probably his tamest, his most vanilla, if you like. Some of the other stuff he's got going on is really cool, really original, really different to what you can get. And from back in the day, you know, there were, on his website, there were reviews that he received of his pedals at the time, and you know, they were invariably 4 and 5 star from major magazines like Total Guitar, Guitar Player, Guitarist. You know, so he's highly revered. I want him on board. Right. So I've kind of mentioned UK made modulation and such effects, and I mentioned reverb and delay in there as well. And I've got a really lovely UK made boutique and analog delay from Flatley Pedals. You'll have seen this if you follow me on Instagram. You've seen this crop up a few times. I can't really believe no one snapped it up as well. There's no real bells and whistles with it. It is just an analog delay done beautifully well. And I mean, these things as they are, this is from, if you like, Flatley's budget range of pedals, their Silverline. They're still 200 quid new. This, I'm offering this for like £95, and on Secondhand Sunday, I often put it up cheaper. So you kind of owe it to yourself to come and get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the chef tone on. I might back off into Telecaster mode. And I'm going to hit the Flatley Nirvana. It has a bit of delay action. Out there. Oh well. So that was the Flatley Nirvana delay. The last pedal I'm going to put on is something which I've used in videos before, something which I've had, which hasn't been in stock before, but has been on my board. So this is something which has been my personal reverb pedal for a long time now, but which is now going up for sale for you guys, because I have replaced it with getting my hands on one of these again. The Digitech Supernatural Ambient Verb pedal. I had one of these. It was the first reverb pedal. No, not the first. The second reverb pedal I ever owned. And it's an amazing, beautiful thing. And I very foolishly sold it. And I sold it stupidly cheap as well. It was immaculate condition, boxed with all the paperwork, all the stuff, even the funny little rubber guard for the things. And I sold it stupidly cheap to the singer in a local band. I later found out he's a fucking flat earth believer. I mean, for fuck's sake, fuck off! The world's fucking round. So it's a little bit disappointing to know that I sold that to that complete fucking idiot. However, I've now got another one. But that means really that the Verbzilla, my Line 6 Verbzilla, which is an absolutely stunning reverb in itself, does all the things that the Supernatural does, and possibly even does more. That's going to go up for sale. It's in fucking fantastic condition. It's beautifully well looked after. And I'm going to let you hear some sounds for it. I'm going to, this has kind of been my reverb and modulation solution in one, and I'll show you kind of how that happens. So we'll keep the Chev tone turned on just because I love it. We're in Telecaster mode, and let's put the Verbzilla on, and we're on the spring setting. So there's loads of settings on this, so this is on the spring setting. It to what I would say is possibly my favourite setting on this, which is the cave setting. KV, yeah? So I'm just going to quickly show how I've kind of used this as a modulation pedal in the past, because this has an octave shimmer setting, which is this shimmery, yeah? And what it has is it has a mix knob, so essentially you can kill your dry signal and just end up with sounds that sound like the fairground of the dead. So it's a ridiculously versatile pedal. Turn it off now. Now, I'll tell you what. Put it back on. Engage the trail switch. Turn it off, and so that's still going. So beforehand I had the trail switch off, and so it stopped the effect immediately. But with the trail switch on, once it turns off, that's still going. So the pedal's disengaged, but it's still going. That's probably a really self-explanatory thing, but some people might not have had a pedal that has that function before. I thought I'd show it off. So it's a ridiculously versatile reverb pedal. You know, because it's from me, it's going to be going up at a good price. Snap it up from me. They're rare as fucking hen's teeth these days. And they're sought after, you know. They're the Tone Core range of Line 6 pedals. You know, there's some real sought after items in that, and the Verbzilla is definitely one of them, and they don't come up very often. So I would urge you, you know, if you're after a new reverb pedal, even if you know nothing about it, take a punt on it. You won't regret it. I think gonna leave it there. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I've certainly enjoyed chatting to you. I hope you've enjoyed the sounds. I've certainly enjoyed making them. Check the site, look for the pedals, check out on Instagram Secondhand Sunday this coming Sunday, because you'll get yourself some ridiculous bargains. And be safe, look after yourselves, and I suppose until next beers, cheers. Oh, get your hands on one of these. Lovely. Bye-bye.